On behalf of Australia, I would just like to say, G'day all you cobbers and sheelers, me name's Jacko. Fair dinkum up a gum tree. It's a beaut opportunity to come live with so many of you lads over in the UK. I gotta say, it's gonna be a crack of the time to have some Aussie tucker with ya, and to open up a couple cans of Pavo and Lamo, just to help finish off me trip. Me mum and the lads back home would be bonza proud of me of sending this video to introduce myself. Before I go much further, I should probably introduce myself. My name is Jack Cartwright, and I'm going to be the new Australian exchange student. Now, with that small speech, I will hopefully be able to prove to you two very important points about Australia. The first point is I would be doing a very, very poor job on Australia's behalf if I led you to believe that all Australians spoke like that. I gotta say, all the Australians that I know don't actually speak like that. The ones that do, we call bogans. And apparently they're the equivalent to your guys' chavs. Not quite sure. The second point is, what I displayed there is a must-have if you're going to come to Australia, and that's a sense of humour. Australians have become renowned for having a good sense of humour and a good laugh with each other. We are often caught taking the piss out of each other. For those of you who don't know, taking the piss means to joke around or to poke fun at someone. None of it is ever meant to be taken to heart. Now, if you've had some trouble following me with that speech, I thought I should probably just teach you some Australian slang, names, and educate you on some unknown things about Australians. So the first slang is fair dinkum. Fair dinkum means a true or correct fact in life. This can also be a question, just like saying really. For example, fair dinkum, as in like, really? The second is what you call McDonald's, we call Macca's. It's just a thing we do. A Barbie is a barbecue, not a blonde-haired figure. Sorry, girls. Now, the last you may find a bit rude, but honestly it's not. A thong. In Australia, this is a thong. See, it's a shoe. Apparently you guys call them sandals. They're thongs here. So if you walk into a shop and ask for a thong, and you get one of these, you're probably in Oz. Each of these inventions actually supports a characteristic that I really believe in Australians all possess. This characteristic is the spirit and determination to never give up. For example, Cyril Callister, if he ever gave up on his dream of creating a new product to beat England's Marmite, then we never would have gotten the Australian icon, which is Vegemite. These two characteristics of humour and determination have actually both become icons for Oz. And I believe that all Australians these days sort of represent it in everything we do. And the Australians out there in the world actually represent this as well. Hugh Jackman is a strong person of this. He will always take a laugh, but he will always be so determined in the work that he does, and he takes a role on so well. The next person I'd like to talk about is Dorothy Mackellar. For those of you who don't know who Dorothy Mackellar is, she's actually an Australian poet. She's most famous for her work of My Country, which she wrote when she was 19 and living in England. My Country is about how she felt homesick of Australia, and she just really wanted to go back there. For those of you who haven't read it, I believe you need to. It's an absolutely must read, and it's just a beautifully written piece of work. In this work, Mackellar describes the vast fields and the beautiful countryside which is Australia. She talks about the sunburnt country and the red sand and the deserted plains. I believe that one of the reasons why it's such a masterpiece is that it can actually make any man become patriotic about his own country. I know that when I read it, I feel homesick about Australia, and I'm still living here. It's coming to the point in my speech where I'm actually going to have to shatter some of your dreams. So sorry about this in advance. Now, I'm not sure if some of you have heard the rumours about Australian kids riding kangaroos to schools. I'm going to have to say here, I'm sorry, it's not true. We don't actually ride kangaroos to school. They're actually quite vicious and are great boxers. So I thought this is a bit of a need to know information, and little need to know fact for you. I could speak to you all day about what it means to be Australian to me, but I'm running out of time. So, what I really want you to take away from this speech is the fact that I've pulled lots of little bits from all around Australia and what I believe it is. One of the big things that I really believe is that Australia is a unique blend. So, for example, that's why I've pulled everything, like just random things about Australia. From our humour to our inventions to works of art from us, because that's what we are. We're all a bunch of different little things mixed together. And so if I had to describe us with one word, it would have to be mixed. Australia does not have just one characteristics. We love our sport, we're kind, we're humorous, and we're outgoing. We will always barrack for our team, and we will never give up, not during the thick or the thin. And that's sort of us. We don't give up on what we believe in, and we're always up for something new. I think that's just us. Now, my name is Jack Cartwright, and I'd like to thank you so much for taking the time to actually listen to my speech. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have any questions about Oz and you want to talk to me, feel free. So my email is jackcartwright1996@gmail.com. Email me, talk to me, whatever, I don't mind. If you have any questions, let me know. Alright, really looking forward to meeting you in person, and I guess this is goodbye from Oz. See you later.